Friends have to come up here and say thank you and walk off. I can't. You never just saw me. You saw Scottie Pippen. Every championship I won. I've had a lot of questions over the last 4 weeks. And everybody's saying, well, why did you pick David Thompson? I know why. 7 years old, 1974, I think, when you guys won the championship. And I was an anti-Carolina guy. I hated UNC. But kindness said, yeah, I do it. And that wasn't disrespect to any of my Carolina guys. They all know that I'm true blue. Well, it all starts with my parents. You guys see all the highlights. What is it that we don't know? As I sat up here and I watch all the other recipients stand up here and they give their history, and so many grade. Even David Robinson, obviously I've known David for some time, and you know I found some things out about him, and even with John, my father and my mom spent a lot of time on the Nike trips, and I got two brothers, James and Larry, 5'4", 5'5" in height. They gave me all I could ever ask for as a brother in terms of competition. Fought me every single day. And to the extent that my mother used to come out and make us come because we were fighting way too much. And my older brother was always gone. He served 31 years. And the competition didn't stop there. My sister, who's 1 year younger than me, Roz, never wanted to be home by herself. She took classes, extra classes, to graduate from high school with me, to go to the University of North Carolina with me, and to graduate prior than me. I mean, my competitive nature has gone a long way from the first time I picked up any sport, baseball, football, hand track, basketball, anything in this class, I played it. When you think about, so they started the fire in me. That fire started with my parents. As I moved on in my career, people added wood to that fire. Coach Smith, what else can I say about him? Leroy Smith was a guy, when I got cut, he made the team, on the varsity team. And he's here tonight. He's still the guy. He's not any bigger. His game is about the same. But he started the whole process for me, because when he made the team and I didn't, I wanted to prove not just to Leroy Smith, not just to myself, but to the coach who actually picked Leroy over me. I wanted to make sure you understood you made a mistake, dude. And then there's Buzz Peterson, my roommate. Now, when I first met Buzz, all I heard about was this kid from Asheville, North Carolina, who's Player of the Year. I'm thinking, well, he ain't never played against me yet. So how did he become Player of the Year? Is that some type of media, exposure? I came from Wilmington. We had two channels, channel ABC and channel 7, channel NBC. That was it. I never saw NBA sports at all when I grew up. We didn't have CBS affiliated in North Carolina, in Wilmington. So, of course, it wasn't the fault of his. It was just in my competitive nature. I didn't think he could beat me, or he was better than me as a basketball player. Maybe. that point on, he became a focal point, not knowingly. He didn't know it, but he did. And Coach Smith, the day that he was on the Sports Illustrated and he named 4 starters and he didn't name me, that burned me up. His own vision about giving a freshman that exposure to the pros. I get to the Bulls, which I was very proud that at the time Jerry Reinsdorf didn't own the team. You make it a competitive thing where the losing team have to run. So now I'm on the winning team, and halfway in the game, halfway in the situation, he would switch me to the losing team. So I take that as a competitive thing by you trying to test me. And by 9 times out of 10, the second team would come back and win no matter what he fired with him. He threw another log on that fire for me. Jerry Reinsdorf. I mean, what else can I say? The next year I come back, I broke my foot. Back then it was about whoever had the worst record get the most balls and the ping pong balls, and you know, you can decide what pick you're gonna have. But I didn't care about that. I just wanted to win. I wanted to keep that energy going in Chicago. I feel like I should play more than 14 minutes. I'm practicing 2 hours. He says, MJ, I think I have to protect the long term of investment that we was investing in you. And I said, Jerry, I really think I should be able to play. He said, let me ask you this. He said, if you had a headache, and you know, at that time it was about 10% chance that I can re-injure my ankle or my foot. He says, if you have a headache and you got 10 tablets, and one of them is coated with cyanide, would you take the Tylenol? I looked at him, I said, how bad is the headache? He let me allow to go back and play. Different obstacles for me, but at the same time, God gave me an opportunity to perform at the highest level in terms of basketball. And the Bulls, the whole Bulls organization, you know, they did a great justice for me and for all my team wanted to win, you know, no matter how you look at it. And then along came Doug Collins, who was caught in the whole mix of this, Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf. And you know, at the same time, he, you know, when I was trying to play in the summertime, he said, well, you know, you're a part of the organization, and that's how we became, you know, a little closer in terms of Doug Collins and myself. And you know, Jerry Krause is right there, and Jerry's not here. Obviously, I don't know who invited him. I did, but I hope he understands. I hope he understands it goes a long way. And he was a very competitive person. I was a very competitive person. He said, "Organization wins championships." I said, I didn't see organization playing with the flu in Utah. I didn't see him playing with, you know, with the bad ankle. Gotta go out and play. You know, so in essence, I think the players win the championship, and the organization has something to do with it. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, the players still got to go out there and perform. You guys got to pay us, but I still got to go out and play. Obviously, you see my kids, you know, Jeffrey, Marcus, Jasmine, I love you guys. I think you guys represent a lot of me, you know, a lot of different personalities. Your mom, you represent them as well. You know, I think that you guys have a heavy burden. I wouldn't want to be you guys if I had because of, but I paid it. You know, I had no choice. I had a lot of family, a lot of friends I had to bring in. So thank you all. If you got a whole host of people supporting you, family, friends,